Hola, everybody. Welcome to habit hack number 56. Oh my goodness, it's already May 16th. Can you believe it? So, really, very quickly, this habit hack is before I tell you this habit hack, I want you to think about how many of you moved several times in your life. And you have that piece of either furniture or a nostalgia or a box or a project that you think you're going to do, but you just never do it, and you move it along and you move it along and you pay somebody to move it along when you get enough money to not ask all your friends and family to help you for the price of a pizza and all day Saturday. And then finally you get to a point you're like, I'm not keeping it anymore. I'm throwing this away. And in that moment when you're just like, I wasted all that time and energy dragging this piece of crap along when I should have known that it was not going to get done, or I wasn't going to need it, or I wasn't going to use it. How many of you have done that? Honestly. Or better yet, how many of you starting out bought the cheap IKEA furniture that doesn't even survive the first move, and then you move it and it's all wonky now, and then the second time you move you're like, I can't get it again, so you buy another piece of cheap furniture instead of just sucking it up, having a more minimalist life, and buying one really good piece and then another really good piece that's going to last your whole life and that you're going to love. How many people have done that? Very few have done that. More people do the buy cheap stuff over and over and over again. And the reason why I share this is because habit hack number 56 is about, you have to, and it kind of has to do with abundance. You know, my share half your cheese. I'm a huge believer in abundance. Whatever you give out is what you receive. You may not receive it right now, and you can't give it out to receive it because that's not the purpose. But when you give out peace and love and grace and abundance, and that's a lot of times what you're going to attract. And so you have to open up space for abundance. How many of you, when you drug that thing around all over, when you finally got rid of it, you got something that was even better? Or the person that hoards, well, I'm not really, as I'm like struggling now to give, I'm barely on habit hack number 56, and I'm struggling giving something away for free for every single day, because I like most of my stuff, but I'm a self-professed hoarder, and I do hoard like projects and ideas, and I'm always like scavenging the trash for things that I think that I'm gonna work on later. And but when you clear that space out, something will always fill it back up. Now, you have to be careful about what you're gonna fill that space up. So today's habit hack has to do with clearing space and making sure you're deliberate on what fills that space. Your time is a lot like the hole that you build or that you dig at the beach right by the shore. Maybe not at the shore, but right by the shore. The sand is kind of wet. The walls are not strong, and very, very quickly, as soon as water crosses that hole, it fills up. And that is your time. That is your precious time. So for many of you, when we started this quarantine, what happened is we live 40 to 80% in habit. So we wake up, we're in habit. We're in basal ganglia, the area in your brain that utilizes a habit. What it does is it sees the trigger, recognizes the trigger, puts the sequence of events, and then you have a reward. So your habit from getting out of bed, I keep telling you guys this because it's so critical. It's important. You get out of bed, same foot on the floor. You get out, you either go to the bathroom, you get coffee, you're in an absolute routine. If you're rushed and you're out of routine, why are you so frantic? Because now no longer are you in your basal ganglia that uses very, very, very little energy. Now you're in the outside of that area of your brain, utilizing your prefrontal cortex, using a ton of your glucose, and now you're frazzled, you get to work, and then you're back in routine, right? You open up your email, and that triggers a bunch of work. And the phone rings, that's a trigger. You answer it, it also triggers a bunch of work. So for many, many, many of you, you're not picking your day. It's either part of routine or somebody's telling you what to do. Now, bam, we go into quarantine, and what is your trigger for most of you when you come home from a hard day's work is relax. Home is relax trigger. Or if you have kids, shut the kids up, get food in their mouths, do your homework, go to bed, right? Whatever. All of those things were gone. So just like that hole by the beach, it got triggered to be either relaxation or Sunday, right? It's like Saturday. Quarantine is like Saturday and Sunday. So unless you were deliberate in filling up that space with something of high quality, you are going to fill the space up, but it's going to be some piece of crap that somebody left on the side of their, on trash day. That probably was from, I don't want to make fun of IKEA, but something cheap and plyboard that's not going to last or be good. Not unless you're Andy. Andy finds really good stuff and fixes it up. Or my brother, he finds really good stuff too all the time. But for most of us, we're going to get the piece of crap stuff, and it's going to fill our space up. And you have to keep clearing that out to make room for your habit. So it's a really interesting habit hack. So when you start to look at your day and squeeze some time in there for your 15-minute habit or your hack as you're going back to work, for many of us, it's going to be much harder to get that habit in, because now you have to change the routine of your habit and you have to fit it in. And as soon as you can get it into a nice routine to where it's stored into basal ganglia, and then it's just a trigger, it's a sequence of events, and then it's a reward, much better, because you're not using a ton of energy. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions on that, or if anybody ever is like, I wonder where she got that information, is that real, is she making it up, you can always DM me or message me, or just do a message on it, and I'll let you know where some of this information is. This is real stuff, like scientific, white coat kind of scientific. It's not just Michelle making stuff up. Some of it is, but all the important stuff is not. All right, what am I giving away today? Right? Because I am clearing space out for nice stuff. Not that this isn't nice, but for all of you Starbucks people out there, as any of you are slowly finding me, I got rid of so many of my cups. I can't believe it. It was just too many. But this one I kept, of course. I drag it along. But because it's a super old one, it's a Griffith Park one, and it's a very, very old. I bet you if I put this on, eBay or whatever, I could probably get a good $1 or something from it. I don't know. They don't make it anymore. I want to say this is like 15 years old or 14 years old. Yeah, it's about 15, 14 years old when they stopped producing this one, and they made them all different. But this is a Griffith Park, Los Angeles mug. This could be yours if you just join this project. Pick something, 15 minutes that you would like to do every single day for a year, long term, and create a great habit so that you can replace some shenanigan, junky piece of habit in your life with some good quality, deliberate practice. That's what I have for you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday, and I will see you on Sunday, May 17th. Bye, you guys.